The word Ty-Histanis itself has a meaning in the area where our people anchored their whales a long time ago, and you can anchor your people, right? And really appropriate.
So that's the closer.
Ty-Histanis.
To anchor your people.
Safe anchorage.
I'm Dylan with Durante Krug Landscape Architects. We're working on the landscape architecture as far as the community development within the Ty-Histanis community. So we've worked on stuff like the entry signs and what the lots, the landscape, and everything feels like from the lot level all the way down to the village. If you have water all over, it's very difficult to get out there and play. So if we're looking at having a lawn area, it's not a usable lawn if it's wet all the time. So with that drainage, we're looking at having a little more of a rain garden, which can be very flexible in how it's designed. You have your salal, your ferns, and depending on the water regime and also the amount of light, some of them face north, some of them face south, so every lot is very specific.
I'm a community planner, and I'm working with Tlokit on a sustainable housing project, and what we're trying to do is to look at, to get community feedback on some designs that have been through a technical design process, but also now to get community feedback before we finalize them.
And did you actually design? What exactly was your role with this? What are we looking at?
I didn't design it myself, but I am part of the team that did. So my kind of focus is more on the affordability of the housing and the appropriateness for community members, and make sure that these houses are affordable for everyone from a single person with an income of $12,000 a year and up.
And I'm the senior research consultant with CMHC, and I have the regional lead for the Equilibrium for Communities initiative project here in Ty-Histanis. It's emerged into a very, very interesting and very high profile for this First Nation, at least, a project that's going to have major implications, I think, for the First Nations all across the country in terms of sustainable design for the communities. 6 communities were selected. Most of the projects that were selected are urban design projects, inner city redevelopment projects. They all are basically have the same principles behind them of sustainable design and energy efficiency, partnering with Natural Resources Canada on this Equilibrium initiative, and so it's sort of a co-funding initiative, and Natural Resources Canada is really focusing their attention on energy efficiency and those aspects of projects, and CMHC is looking more at the housing and community development aspects of it, where we're trying to introduce training programs into this project.
The tribal administrator for Tlaloquiit, and today is an open community forum for members of Tlaloquiit to come and learn more about the design for new housing at Ty-Histanis. And standing here with me is Moses Martin, our project coordinator, and also chief for many years during the early stages of the development of the expansion project.
Are you happy to see the progress that's going on?
Up to this point, yes. There's still, like I was saying, there's still lots of work to do, right?
That one of the goals is to invite people who have moved away to potentially come back and kind of develop the community. And is that correct?
Yeah, that was the main. We know we've had a lot of people wanting to come home and no place to build, so now they have a place. And if you look at entrance number 2, we have welcome figures there for people that want to come home. And Ty-Histanis itself has a meaning in the area where our people anchored their whales a long time ago. And more recently myself, I've anchored there for shelter out of the westerly wind when I was commercial fishing. And the lady at INAC, she asked me, well, because you're inland now, what does it mean to you? And she, before I could answer, she said something herself that now you can anchor your people, right?
The Ty-Histanis development is the premier subdivision on the west coast. Well thought out infrastructure, beautiful location, and just a safe anchorage place for our people to come home to.
There was many things that came into mind while we were negotiating this piece of land, right? Even for the trail system that's located around the community. We knew that because of the lack of transportation a lot of our people have, whether it's boats or cars, that to practice some of those spiritual things that our people did. We want to bring that back into the community, right? So that, now there's a place they can do that. We were close to a creek there, and we've built trail systems through the community where people don't have to go by car. They can go and walk and reconnect with the spiritual side of things.
My name is Terry Dorward-Seacher, Cloquet Council, Housing Committee. I'm sitting here with our Highway, Ray Seacher Jr. We'd like to see more of our members come out to events like this so that they can have more input, be a part of the process. It's a really important stage in Cloquet history right now. A huge project right now, funding project, Standing Tree to Standing Home, where community members learn about carpentry, learn about various skills, electrician and whatnot, so that they can be a part of actually building of the homes. We've been displaced as a people for many generations, and I think this is a time in our history where we're bringing our people back home, and also the community coming together is very powerful, especially being away from home for so long, and not being able to come back home because of housing.
My name is Lance Adair. I work for the New Chilnooth Tribal Council. I'm the director of Capital. I work with 14 nations up and down the wet coast. Capital is all infrastructure, housing, and other public works within each nation or municipality. So we work with them on all of their capital projects, which would be all their infrastructure, all their housing, and big houses, things like that. So this project is the Ty-Histanis zero net carbon footprint subdivision, which is a big thrill for us. It's got a geothermal community system, which is really good.
You're not just building houses, you're helping people's lives.
That's right. And I believe that healthy homes are what we need for a healthy community. We put a lot of time and effort into nursing and mental health and social issues and stuff, yet we don't take a lot of time with the housing and the community. And I really, really firmly believe that in order to have a healthy community, you need healthy homes. And I think that's the key to everything. And if we can healthy up our communities and make some healthy homes and build a little bit more pride into our communities, I think we're going to have a lot less of the other issues.
It seems like we're on track here after meeting the people that are involved today.
That's right. We've got a lot of happy people, and we're finally getting some results. So we're really pleased with everything.
Now you can anchor your people, right?